Hey there, Capricorn. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 10th. This week, we are going to just jump right in here once I shuffle this properly. And we are going to take a look at your current general energies in this first row. In your second row, we are going to look at where you are most lucky this week. And in your last row, we're going to look at how you can move any mountains in your life at this time. Kind of like a mini version of the moving mountains reading that I just did recently. So, I'll explain that more at the end, but mountains could be goals, wishes, dreams, anything you're trying to accomplish. Could be obstacles you're trying to overcome, pretty much anything. So that's what's going to be here in the last row. We're also going to pull 3 yes or no question cards for you at the end, and I will be giving you time to think your questions if you need it. But let's see what we have going on for you at this time, Capricorn. You start off in this first row with the learn from the past card. So obviously, I feel like you need to pay attention to any past mistakes that you have made. For some of you, I do very specifically feel that this is a person. So I would be careful of allowing someone back into your life. You don't really have any cards of someone coming back from the past, but, kind of like intuitively, I almost feel like someone is trying to suck you back in here, Capricorn. So I would just be careful of that energy, especially if you have anyone that you have healed from truly. Then, I would not allow this person back into your life. I don't really, I'm kind of getting the word lying popping into my head. I don't really feel intuitively that this person is a liar, but, in certain ways, I feel you have dealt with a person where they're just kind of like now I don't really feel like they're lying, like I said, but I feel like they'll do anything they possibly can to get back in your life. I would be careful of that energy. You have this vulture spirit as well. This card says nothing is wasted. So again, I feel like some of you could be thinking about going back to a past situation, or maybe you're having a hard time letting it go here in this first row, but I feel like you need to realize that you didn't waste your time on this at all. You actually learned a lot. You have the Ten of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Queen of Wands here. I really feel this row is asking you to step into this Queen of Wands energy. Queen of Wands is the energy of being, a wholehearted energy. She represents putting your heart and soul into something, and I feel like this is the energy the universe is asking you to embrace. That Ten of Wands, the Ten of Swords, and the Five of Wands here, I feel like this energy is a very heavy energy. Like, I feel like it is an energy, something that consumes a good deal of your day, or has. To give you some examples here, Capricorn, of what's popping into my head. I feel for some of you, it's like maybe you were with a person and they consumed most of your day. It's like maybe you were less productive. Maybe you didn't get as much work done. Maybe they weren't a bad person, but again, I feel like they were toxic in the sense that when you were with someone, you didn't get as much work done, or things didn't work out as well in your life, or you were distracted. For others, like if you were in a toxic work situation, same thing. I feel like maybe you were in a situation where you couldn't get your work done, or whatever. So I feel like this is saying avoid situations that put you in that Ten of Swords moment, or the Ten of Swords energy. Ten of Swords is needing to move on. It is needing to move on to something new. And the Queen of Wands, I always say, is like kind of like a card of taking a risk. She is the only Wands court card that does not have salamanders on her card in a traditional Rider-Waite deck. She is the only one that does not have salamanders on her cloak. And it represents the fact that she kind of like needs to take a risk, and because salamanders represent protection from fire, and she is also intuitive as well. There's normally a black cat on the Queen of Wands, and this kind of represents trusting signs, symbols, omens, intuition, all that other stuff. So I feel like you need to do the same thing here as well, Capricorn. I would definitely be careful of the past situation popping back up here, is what I would say to you, especially if it's a person. You have the Queen of Pentacles here. It's like that's you, number one, coming up in a very strong position. It is like you have learned how to gather your own resources. The vulture spirit as well. Like if you watch vultures, they soar around in the sky. They don't waste a lot of energy. They represent conservation of energy. So I feel for a lot of you, it's like you have learned how to conserve your energy. And I feel like you need to keep going in that direction. You have the Hermit. This is really asking you, I feel like this is a very simple route. I really feel like it's asking you to make sure that you don't revisit a challenge from the past here, Capricorn. I wouldn't really call this a warning, but I kind of am calling it a warning. I feel like it's like you have been through something very challenging in your past. Could be a relationship, could be financial as well, I'm getting. And this is like saying you passed, you finally got through something. Don't make it happen. Don't allow it to happen again, right? Yeah, you have the Seven of Cups. I feel like you need to stay focused, keep your eye on the prize. Queen of Wands really says you need to kind of take a leap of faith towards something that you desire. The Seven of Cups is like saying you're spoiled for choice, but there's like probably one thing that you truly desire, and that's what I would focus on here in this first row. In the next row here, for where you are most lucky, you have the time for a nap card. So I feel like resting, relaxing, recovering, taking a nap, you could be very lucky here. Yeah, look, you have the yin energy as well. You are most lucky in kind of conservation of energy. I feel like where you are most lucky is in saving your energy. I talk about this to you all the time, Capricorn, because in your, you had Saturn and Capricorn for the longest time. Saturn and Capricorn is basically this card right here, is the vulture spirit. Saturn and Capricorn, according to Chris's crappy astrology, Saturn in Capricorn is like the 80-20 rule. It says you get 80% of your results from 20% of your work. That's this right here. So I feel like your luck, where you are most lucky in life right now, is in kind of figuring out what you can do to save your energy, but also figuring out what your 80-20 is. Like where can you do the least amount of work for the biggest, where do you get the biggest bang for your buck, right? And you know what? That is a good way to put it, because I feel like if you're spending money on something, where do you get the biggest bang for your buck? That's where you're going to be most lucky. If you're looking for love, it's like, where can you put your energy and see the biggest result or get the most results? Same thing in business. Where can you put most of your energy? Where do you need to focus on that actually leads to results? And that's what I would be focusing on here, is just results. You have the Strength card, the King of Swords, and the Six of Wands here. For those of you in work or business, by the way, I am getting that in work, business, career, or finances, the Six of Wands is really saying, where can you get the most attention? So I feel like if there are things that you do that get you a lot of positive attention, of course, Capricorn, I would do those things with the Six of Wands. I feel like that's where you're going to be most lucky. Even the Strength card, I always say strength is a display of strength. It's like, who in their right mind would put their hands in a lion's mouth? The answer is nobody. So, it's a card of a display of strength. It's a card of doing something that most people don't do or won't do. The King of Swords here, I feel, is saying you will be most lucky in being very direct, straightforward, open, and honest this week as well. I also feel like this is saying, like, don't beat around the bush, right? Seven of Cups, Queen of Wands, to the King of Swords, to the Emperor. I mean, this is like a very direct, straightforward, cutting energy, right, Capricorn? So I kind of feel like this middle row is saying you will be most lucky if you just cut straight to the point and go straight for something you desire or you want, whatever the outcome is, whatever outcome you want. I would say in your communication with people, I feel like being direct, straightforward, and to the point is going to make you very lucky as well in the way that you deal with people. So let's dig into this, Capricorn. You have the Nine of Pentacles here. Very independent energy. The Page of Pentacles, good news coming in for you. Six of Wands, Page of Pentacles, good news. And the Knight of Pentacles as well. So very much, I feel like you're in your element, really, this week. Even with this weird energy over here, I feel like if you can avoid whatever this is over here, then you're going to have a good week. So I would avoid any people that have caused problems in your life. I would avoid anything that is a problem in general with this energy over here. If you can do that, I feel like you'll have a good week. This is like a lot of luck. I feel like you're feeling very abundant at this time. And Knight of Pentacles is like, where can you work the hardest? So again, I feel like sometimes, in life, I feel like there are things that we actually want to work on. There are things we don't want to work on. This middle row is literally saying, work on what you want to work on. and you will be extremely lucky, and your emotions will be overflowing. And you'll have a lot of abundance with that Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is like pre-Empress energy. So I feel there is a lot of abundance coming in for you here. I also feel in this middle row that you are going to be very lucky with your communication this week. Page of Pentacles, to me, is definitely a communication card. So I feel like your communication, again, needs to be very direct, straightforward. I feel like you need to ask for exactly what you want from people as well. So it's like if you're dealing with a boss or a mentor and you want a raise, I would just say it. If you want love from a person, I would just say it. I feel like there is, this is very cut and dry energy with that King of Swords. So the more straightforward you can be, the better. Love it. Next in your last row here for how to move any mountains. Again, these mountains don't have to be obstacles. These could be goals, wishes, dreams, things you want to accomplish. Could be obstacles, could be anything. You have the hyena spirit. This card is a card of laughter and needing to have fun. So I feel like kind of having fun this week would be very important for you as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at your head, your heart, and making them one. Again, Greg Braden, one of my favorite people of all time, says when your head and your heart become one, you can move mountains. So in the area of your head, you have the Emperor. It's like you have a very solid plan. You know what you want here. You're like I've done a bunch of these readings so far for this week. And you're like the third or fourth sign that has had the Emperor in the area of the head. So I feel you are it's like you know exactly what you want. You know what you want to take control of, and you know what you want to create. The Emperor is like kind of like a very stable card. It's card of stability. So you know what will lead to stability in your life as well, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, like I said. In the area of your heart, I feel like your heart is kind of like saying, like, what do I have to go through to get something? The Hermit is about climbing to the top of a mountain, right? The Hermit is normally standing at the top of a mountain. He is also dressed in gray, and he has a gray beard. This represents wisdom. And it kind of is you. I feel like it's your heart saying, like, what do I have to go through to be able to accomplish whatever I want to accomplish? It's like you're thinking, how much work do I have to do to get something I want? Like, if you want love, I feel like you're saying, like, how many dates do I have to go on? And I feel like it's, like, the wrong way to look at things. So I would be very careful of that energy. But at the same time, I still feel like you're kind of willing to learn with this energy. Putting it all together, you have the King of Wands. King of Wands is just an energy of boldness and assertiveness, but it really is a card. What I'm getting for you is that you really need to nurture something into existence. So the King of Wands to me is like a card of raising something like a child. So whatever mountain you're trying to move, and again, this could be a goal, wish, dream, something you're trying to manifest, an accomplishment, whatever. The King of Wands says to bring your head and your heart together so that you can move mountains, so that you can accomplish this. It's like you need to nurture something. I feel like you really need to look at something as like a baby. You need to treat something as if it is your child. And if you do that, I feel like you'll be very successful. For some of you, I feel like this is like a business. Almost. And I feel like you need to, like, nurture it. I feel like you need to change its diapers. I feel like you need to feed it. I feel like you need to give it water. Whatever else you do with babies, I feel like you need to do that with whatever this is. Could be a business. It could be a relationship as well, right? I feel like you need to do, do all the little things with the King of Wands. Because, again, the King of Wands, very good card. I love the King of Wands, especially if you're going to be raising something. Because, again, to me, it is a card of, like, raising something like a child. And it says you will be very successful if you do this. So let's clarify this here, Capricorn, and see. Yeah, you have the Death card. For some of you, I feel like you're waiting for something to happen. The Death card is like waiting for a change. The sun is rising between the two pillars that are on the moon on the Death card. But I'm kind of like seeing this as you kind of like waiting for enlightenment here. Yeah, you have the Lovers here in the area of your heart. This is like being at a crossroads, needing to make a choice. I would just pick the new path. Like I feel like you know that you need to go through a transformation to kind of have something truly great here, Capricorn. Yeah, Strength card again. Strength is a card of like strength and fortitude, and it is a card of patience. But for a lot of you, I feel like it's just saying for you to move mountains, you need to do something you've never done before. You need to, take yourself to a place you've never been before as well. Because the Strength card is a display of strength, like I said right here. And so, not only are you very lucky in this area of your life here in this middle row, because this is where you are lucky. So you are being given extra luck from the universe in doing something like standing out or, having some sort of display of strength in your life will increase your luck this week, but also it will help move mountains this week. So I feel for some of you, it's like you could be thinking about doing something that you've never done before. Maybe you're thinking about putting yourself on YouTube. Maybe you're thinking about starting a business or getting into a relationship with someone, or, it could be something small as well. Like maybe you're thinking about going to the gym. Maybe that's a big deal for you, right? And there are no judgments. I want to celebrate everybody's small wins. Like, if changing the trash, taking the trash out, if that's a small win for you, I'm all about it, right? Here, like my goal has always been to help people make their own dent in the universe, right? That's my goal of this channel, my new channel. And so, like I said, we have to start small. So I will pat you on the back for the smallest things. If picking something up off the ground is a small win for you, like I said, I will pat you on the back for that, because I think number one, people need the small wins right now, because of everything that we've been going going through, but also we have to start small, plain and simple. So, like I said, I don't care how small of a display of strength it is. I feel like you need to do it here, Capricorn. But love it. Pretty simple reading. Again, I would just, this is how simple your reading is. I feel like your reading is literally just saying, avoid things that cause problems in your life and move towards things that make things easier with the vulture spirit. Do things that make your life more simple, plain and simple. We're going to pull 3 yes or no question cards now. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3 here in this last row. So feel free to pause this video. Again, 1, 2, and 3. No life or death questions, please. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. I've been getting like ridiculous comments about the yes, no, the whole yes no thing. I mean, like I said, I feel like I shouldn't have to explain myself, but again, if you're asking like ridiculous questions, I would say this is not for you. So, please keep that in mind. But for question number 1, we have the 7 of Cups. I would actually say yes if you stay focused. So I feel like you need to maintain your focus, but I would say yes. For question number 2, I would say no, 5 of Cups. I feel like something is not for you. I feel like there's something better coming in. Whatever you're asking about, I feel like there's something much better coming in for you. And for question number 3, I would say yes, Knight of Pentacles, if you're willing to put the work in. So I would say yes. Putting this all together, I feel like this is saying keep your eye on the prize. The Knight of Pentacles picks a point and he works directly for it. He doesn't get off his path. He just keeps making sure that he's working towards one thing. That's the 7 of Cups. 5 of Cups is like saying let go of past disappointments. Again, avoid things that cause problems in your life. Pretty simple reading, Capricorn. I love simple readings because it means your week is going to be pretty easy. So don't overcomplicate it, right? Don't be like a Pisces like me and make things more complicated than they actually need to be. This is an amazing reading. Love it. So thank you for being here, Capricorn. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you this week. But thank you, Capricorn, and definitely enjoy your week.